Okay, so let's go back to the Excel file. So remember I mentioned earlier that if someone took part in adult questionnaire, he would not be able to take part in the child and proxy questionnaire. And similarly, if someone took part in the child questionnaire, it would not be possible for him to take part in the adult and proxy questionnaire. And then now I want to append the three files together. Okay, adult, this is the sample size. Child, this is the sample size. Proxy, this is the sample size. After the append commands are done, the overall sample size at person level will be 28226. So this is how the starter file would look like after the append command. So let me show it with the aid of Excel. So ID 1, 2, and 3, they are adults. 4, 5, and 6, they are kids. Okay, and then 7, 8, and 9, they are the mysterious ones who were absent at the time of the interview. Okay, so this is how the files would look like. Okay, after we have append the three files together. Okay, and now let's do it. Okay, let's do the command. Okay, starting with C drive data. Let's open adult file. Data, combine data sets. Remember, if you want to merge two files together, you go for the second option, but now we want to append data sets. So rather select the third option, append data sets. Append child. Okay. Okay, and then data, combine data sets, append data sets, then the next one, which is the proxy. Okay, maybe we can sum the first two variables. I want to make sure they are 28226 observations, and maybe let's do the codebook command. Indeed 28226. Let's go through the variables. Let's scroll downwards. Adult questionnaire. You see all the A's there. Now you see the variables from the child questionnaire feature. Then finally, the variables from the proxy questionnaire feature. Okay, happy with that? See if I highlighted the wrong things. Okay, so I'm done with these three, with the append command. Okay, now I want to merge this file with the individual derived file. Okay, with the merging command, which we learned in the last 2 days. So, okay. So let's do this. Data, combine data sets, form all pairwise combination within groups. I hope the memory is coming back. And then the individual derived file. I need to type, okay, PID. This is the important variable that would link the two data sets together. Option, second option. Okay. Okay. Tab, merge, perfect merge, 28226. Then I can drop the merge variable. And I'm going to save it as, that was my experiment earlier. It is not supposed to feature actually. I save it as PPP. Okay. So this is how the PPP file looks like. First, append the three data sets, then merge with individual derived file. Okay. So for example, if I give you the Excel explanation. Okay. So this is the next file we want to merge actually, the household roster actually. And then we have information on water access for all 9 of them. So after the merge, you are going to see the water variable here. Okay. And the information is available for all 9 people. So this is after the merge. Okay. So this is how it looks like. Okay. Okay. But before we do the merge, there is one thing I must explain to you. If you open the household roster file, this is extremely important. You must first tab this variable, session B1, the first question, residency status. Okay. The problem is, session B of the household questionnaire, everyone can take part, including those who are not, strictly speaking, not residents of the household. So maybe you can think of a situation that on the day of sale through visiting my household, who knows, I have visitors who came to my house for a braai or something, or karaoke singing. So strictly speaking, they are non-residents, but somehow they were allowed to take part in section B of the household questionnaire. But strictly speaking, we should not include the non-residents. So in other words, we should only keep the residents, these two A226 people. I need to first make sure this category number is 1. So can I tab this variable? No label. Okay, indeed, category 1. So I must first run the command. Keep if this variable double equal sign equals 1. Okay, just want to check again. Indeed, 28226. Okay, 28226. Now I can do the merge. Okay, merging with the PPP file I've created earlier. So data, combine data sets, form all pairwise combination within groups, merging with the PPP. PID, the key variable that links the household roster file with the PPP file. Options, leave it unchanged. Second option. And then OK. I hope the merge is OK. Merge. Fine, perfect merge. So merge. So let's look at the data set. Let's scroll down the variable window. So starting with the household roster variables, then the adult questionnaire, adult variables, then the C, the child questionnaire variables, then P, the proxy variables, and then the individual derived variables from the individual derived file, and then finally the variables from the household derived file. Where is the household derived file? Have I included it? Oh, not yet, not yet. Okay, it's coming soon. Okay. Household roster. Okay, so data from 5 files, all appearing in one file. Okay, I'll repeat one more time. First file, household roster. Second file, adult questionnaire. Third file, child questionnaire. Fourth file, proxy. Fifth one, individual derived. So I can save it as PPP, replacing the previous PPP. Okay, happy with that? So I can clear that because I save it as PPP. Okay, so I finished the first question. The second question. There are 2 household level files, the household info file with 7296 observation because 7,296 households took part. And then the household derived file, remember the variables like household income, household expenditure, weight, geographical variables derived by the sales routine. So I need to merge the 2 files together. So let's open the household info file. So let's just sum, indeed, 7296. So data, combine data sets, form all pairwise combination within groups. Then I must look for household derived. And since these 2 are household level files, the important variable that links the 2 files together will be the unique household ID, not person ID. Okay. Option, second option. Should be a perfect merge. Okay. So this merge file at household level, I would call it HHH. HHH. So I repeat, PPP is the merged file at person level. HHH is the merged file at household level. Okay. So I finished the second question. Okay, let me pause for 10 seconds until everyone is ready for the next question. Okay, question 3. Okay, for the HHH file, I want to derive real household income and real per capita income in 2016 December prices. Remember, wave 1 took place in 2008, okay, but according to the CPI, you can open the CPI PDF file, and I downloaded it from the Stats SA website. Okay, it shows you the CPI, and then currently the base month is 2016 December. Okay, so we are going to use the monthly CPI. This is actually something I need to show you. Okay, from the HHH file, there is a variable called interview year and interview month. So tab the year of interview. I think 2008 for all observations, and this is the one, the month of the interview. Okay, so they are interviewed across 12 months, and there are certain people we don't know the interview month. I want to see the actual category. So tap this, but no label. 33 means I don't know the interview month. Okay, so I'm going to create real income, real household income. It is equal to the nominal household income divided by CPI. I'm going to use each monthly CPI, and then with the if restriction, I must specify the month, the interview month. Okay, so let me repeat one more time. Real household income equals nominal household income divided by CPI times 100. Okay, so I'm going to let you know these CPI. And then you might wonder, what would be the CPI for these 7 people? We don't know the interview month. So what I'm going to decide to do is just to use the average or annual CPI of 2008, 63.6. And do you still remember the nominal household income? It actually appears in the household derived file, W1 underscore HH income. Remember I mentioned earlier, so let's sum. Okay, so luckily we have all the households. We successfully derived the household income. Okay, so now let's run the command. So there will be 13 commands. So let me call it W1 RHH income. Then I know this is real household income. It is equal to the nominal household income divided by January 2008. The January CPI is 60 divided by CPI times 100 if, now I must specify, if interview month is equal to 1, which means January. So let me stop for 10 seconds until you are ready. Okay, so for the next month, replace W1 real household incomes equal to the nominal income divided by the February CPI 60.2 times 100 if the interview month is February equals to, don't be silly to type Feb, it is 2. So I'll stop for 10 seconds until you are ready. Okay, then we do it for the other 10 months. I don't need to type the command. I can just click my previously run command. I just change the CPI and the interview month. The interview month, March 61.23, which is March. And then one more for April, the CPI is 62.3.